Welcome to a quick tour of Savannah Institute for Business and Informatics. We are located on the 4th floor of Shumut Plaza in Nakuru, Kenya, and my name is Dr. John Kanyaru, the Director for Research and Education. This is just outside the college, and you can see on that board there, we have offerings of courses in two broad subject areas of computing and business. On the side of computing, we have strengths in mobile applications development, web applications development, and object-oriented software development, as well as Cisco networking and security. On the business side, we have courses in marketing and marketing management, as well as entrepreneurship. When it comes to entrepreneurship in particular, we challenge our learners to think in terms of what problems can they solve with especially the IT skills they gain. In fact, towards this head, especially in terms of considering whether they can become entrepreneurs by way of exploiting the skills they gain, we give our graduates space. After they graduate, we allow them to use our space, and we give them access to a computer and access to the internet, and in fact take time to mentor them and nurture them so that they can hone the skills of developing their business ideas. And we are seeing this actually being taken up quite well among young people. The next thing you see there is actually in our reception area. Behind Grace, you can see that we have a number of books for reference by our learners. Most of our reference texts are in electronic format rather than physical format. This is a 9 a.m. class on web authoring, and students are just gearing up for the lesson. And after the session, what happens actually is there is always a practical activity in the lab. So here students were discussing their way forward on the activity that the tutor had set for them to do. Here the tutor is actually going around checking the progress the students are making. In the few months that we have been in operation, we have actually made significant attempts to reach out to the community in various ways. So for instance, we have visited several schools, especially secondary schools, giving motivational talks to young learners to get them to be aware of the world of IT in particular, because we have noticed that most young learners consider computing to be a very challenging subject, especially the girls. They have very, very minimal representation of girls in IT. So for instance, during my last visit to a school called Nakuru West Secondary School, which is one of the poorest schools in Nakuru. As you can see, those are their classrooms there. I had over 250 students welcoming me warmly and listening to the kind of things they can study if they decide to take up computing as a subject. In particular, the kind of problems they can also solve if they study and gain knowledge in computing. Other outreach activities have been reaching out to our colleagues who teach in other colleges. For instance, my visit to Kenya Industrial Training Institute, I was able to give an open lecture to staff there on various topics in computing. I took these colleagues, these staff at Kenya Industrial Training Institute through a session on object-oriented programming. I also took them through a session on mobile applications development. We have actually ended up for establishing a very good working relationship with this institute following my visit there. We thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you for your support.